crow pose, Bakasana, has been a shape that for the longest time when I was learning, trying to figure it out, I could never quite get. And just hearing it, reading it, seeing it, doing it, visualizing it from all these other teachers and yogis, just one day it clicked. So if this can be of any help to you, cool, take it or leave it, but I'm just stoked to be able to be here and show you some ways that have helped me get into my crow pose. And I like to have 2 blocks. And so one of the main things when learning crow pose was the fear for me of falling forward once you get the legs starting to lift. And so I really found it helpful to do it in my living room with a bunch of couch cushions lined out in front of me. That way it just mentally helped me to not worry about that falling forward onto my head, but also, you know, it's a nice soft cushy landing space for me if that was to happen. But so crow pose, a lot of it's getting the hips nice and high. So I like to have a block to stand on. And of course, you know, the block has 1, 2, and 3 different levels. So I'll just take it to the shortest, smallest level. And another thing is having a place for that head to rest when you're first beginning. So stepping the feet onto the block, noticing the hips are already nice and high. And when you plant your palms, make sure you spread the fingers nice and wide, and then hug the elbows back rather than out. So you want to hug the elbows backwards because you're going to brace the knee and the weight of the upper body on top of the backs of your arms up as high as you can. So fingers spread wide, hips high, elbows back, knees up as high as you can get. And then again, using this block to get the hips a little higher, shifting forward and keeping the gaze forward. When you start to look backwards, you might topple back. And from here, if you want, you can always rest your forehead on the block to start and keep the feet located on the ground or your block. And then maybe just start by lifting one foot and the other. And then when you're ready, bring your big toes to touch and trying to lift the heels up towards the hips. And then maybe you take the gaze up and forward and just work on holding that balance and breathing. And you can slowly start to straighten your arms and just breathe. And then take it back softly to land. And maybe give yourself a child's pose or just sit up and find a couple breaths to balance out the energy and the breath throughout the brain. Okay, another variation I like once you're starting to feel confident, you want to build more strength or play, so you can fly your crow and then do some crow ups with the block between your heels. So setting it up again, palms spread wide, hips high, elbows hug back, knees up as high as you can on top to the back of the arms. And sometimes they can feel sore, the arms can, but that'll just slowly be something you work through as you build into your shape. And from here, leaning forward, and you can grab the block with your feet and just lift them up, put it down, maybe do a lift without it, and repeat. So there's your crow ups. And then when you're ready, just fly that sweet crow, hinge forward, maybe flash a little smile. Nice deep breath. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. Having a nice day. Full deep breaths. Take care. Bye.